The Pakistan-Iran face-off takes its next big turn. Military sources in Pakistan claim that Pakistan has carried out airstrikes against Baloch terrorists in Iranian territory. There has been no official confirmation of this from either side. Saravan and Jalek areas that sources say Islamabad has hit are deep inside Iran. Sources in Pakistan claim several locations have been targeted. Moreover, according to Tehran state media, several explosions were heard in the country's southeastern region. According to reports, Pakistan has attacked the posts of two Baloch separatist groups, the Balochistan Liberation Front and the Balochistan Liberation Army. Relations between Pakistan and neighboring Iran hit a new low on Wednesday after Iran carried out airstrikes in Balochistan province, killing 2 children and injuring 3 people. Tehran had said that its missile and drone attacks were targeting bases of militant group Jaish al-Adl. Tensions have also escalated to the two sides pulling out their envoys and suspending high-level visits. Remember, the attack on Iran comes as Pakistan's foreign ministry had condemned the strike as an unprovoked violation of its sovereignty. A statement released by Pakistan's Foreign Office spokesperson said, and I'm quoting here, "This violation of Pakistan's sovereignty is completely unacceptable and can have serious consequences."
Pakistan reserves the right to respond to this illegal act, and the responsibility for the consequences will lie squarely with Iran. We have conveyed this message to the government of Iran. We have also informed them that Pakistan has decided to recall its ambassador from Iran and that the Iranian ambassador to Pakistan, who is currently visiting Iran, may not return for the time being.
Pakistan's Minister for Information, Murtaza Solanki, sat down for an exclusive conversation with WION's Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik. Here's what Solanki had to say about Iran's latest strike. Listen to this.
Given the history of cordial relations between Iran and Pakistan, it was a sad incident that happened yesterday. And the government of Pakistan, especially the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has already responded. We have taken some measures and we are assessing the situation. We are also in the process of investigation what happened and when and who is responsible for it, despite the claims that have been made, but we would not rush to judgment.
On the other hand, Iranian Defense Minister has defended the Iranian airstrikes. He said, and I'm quoting here, "It does not matter to us. We will react from any area that threatens Iran." The Iranian Defense Minister added that Iran's reaction will be proportionate, decisive and tough. Responding to the Iranian strikes, India's Ministry of External Affairs said New Delhi has a zero-tolerance policy on terrorism, adding that it understands the actions taken by countries in self-defense, further adding that this is a matter between Iran and Pakistan. China too has urged Iran and Pakistan to exercise restraint, seeing the tension rising between the two neighbors. And for more updates on this, we're now being joined live by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, live from Islamabad. Anas, thank you so much for joining us. As I mentioned earlier, as per military sources in Pakistan, they claim that Pakistan has carried out airstrikes against Baloch terrorists in Iranian territory. What can you tell us about this? Is there any official word on this?
There's just been an official confirmation while you were reading, and I'll read it out from the Pakistani statement. It is official. Pakistan has struck inside Iran, and I read from the Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs statement. It says, "This morning Pakistan undertook a series of highly coordinated and specifically targeted precision military strikes against terrorist hideouts in Sistan or Balochistan province of Iran. A number of terrorists were killed during the intelligence-based operation codenamed Margbarg Samachar. Over the last several years, in our engagements with Iran, Pakistan has consistently shared its serious concerns about the safe havens and sanctuaries enjoyed by Pakistani origin terrorists, calling themselves as sarmachars on the ungoverned space inside Iran. Pakistan also shared multiple dossiers with concrete evidence of the presence and activities of these terrorists. However, because of lack of action on our serious concerns, these so-called sarmachars continue to spill the blood of innocent Pakistanis with impunity. This morning's action was taken in light of credible intelligence of impending large-scale terrorist activities by these so-called sarmachars. This action is a manifestation of Pakistan's unflinching resolve to protect and defend its national security against all threats. The successful execution of this highly complex operation is also the testimony to the professionalism of the Pakistan Armed Forces. Pakistan will continue to take all necessary steps to preserve the safety and security of its people, which is sacrosanct, inviolable and sacred. The last two paragraphs, and I just quote, Pakistan fully respects the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The sole objective of today's act was in pursuit of Pakistan's own security and national interest, which is paramount and cannot be compromised. As a responsible member of the international community, Pakistan upholds the principles and purposes of the UN Charter, including territorial integrity and sovereignty of member states. Guided by these principles and in exercise of our legitimate rights within international law, Pakistan will never allow its sovereignty and territorial integrity to be challenged under any pretext or circumstances. Iran is a brotherly country, and the people of Pakistan have great respect and affection for the Iranian people. We have always emphasized dialogue and cooperation in confronting common challenges, including the menace of terrorism, and will continue to endeavor to find joint solutions. Issued in Islamabad. This is the official statement. Pakistan has struck inside Iran. That is the breaking news. That is the highlight. We were talking about it since yesterday. That what will be Pakistan's response? We've been asking the government. This is Pakistan's response, where they say that they have struck inside Iran. They've named the operation as Markbar Sarmachar. Markbar means in Persian that death. And Sarmachar are referred as insurgents in Persians. So the literal translation of this is that death to insurgents of this codenamed operation that the Pakistani side has. Go ahead.
All right, Anas, thank you so much for sharing the official statement with us. In fact, also thank you for clarifying the code name. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Pakistan has attacked the posts of two Baloch separatist groups as the Balochistan Liberation Front and the Balochistan Liberation Army. It has mentioned in its statement, as you just mentioned as well, that Iran is a brotherly nation. But we have seen relations in the past 2 days or so really plummet, hit a new low. How do you see this unfolding going forward, especially after these retaliatory attacks?
Well, what we understand is that there are at least 3 nations in the region who are now going ahead and trying to de-escalate the situation between Pakistan and Iran that started by the Irani aggression on the 16th of January, just about roughly about 30-35 hours ago. Since Pakistan's retaliatory action, that we can confirm that at least 2 more countries in the region have joined these efforts, and we would be looking at de-escalation and not an uptick or in the between Pakistan and Iran in the ongoing hostilities. That is a confirmation that the Pakistani side says that they would not want to escalate further from here. They wanted to make a point. There was a lot of public pressure. There was a lot of introspection that they had to do for the cordial and historical relations that they have with Iran. And they were in a fix. They were certainly so in a fix. But they had to make a statement as well that no country would be allowed to violate Pakistan's territorial integrity and sovereignty. The reason a retaliatory strike was done. This is something this region has been somewhat of a turbulent area between Pakistan and Iran. Iran had for long been accusing Pakistan of harboring Jaish al-Adl precisely over here in Panjgor, whereas Pakistan had been accusing Iran of harboring the BLA and the Brass across the border, the terrorist organizations on the Iranian side in Sistan, Balochistan, to be precise. So it's more of a tit for tat, but personally, I don't see things escalating from here, because both sides have displayed the mighty might of A, their military capabilities, and B, their intelligence as well. Him?
All right. Well, Anas, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. Also, thank you so much for sharing the official statement on this with us. We'll, of course, continue to track all the developments on this very closely with you there. Thank you so much for joining us. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.